So is Conor McGregor losing his confidence? Are we seeing a different side to Conor McGregor? Or is it just with age and maturity, he's leaving the show business side just to focus on the fighting? So we've just had the press conference, and again, it was very different Conor McGregor we're seeing compared to what we've been used to, compared to where he's come from. The razzmatazz, you're in the face stuff, everything that I'm going to talk about in a video later on that I'm going to release. What we're seeing now is Conor McGregor 2.0. A lot of people are asking, why is he changing? What is actually going on inside his head? Has he still got that desire? It's very hard to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning when you're lying on silk sheets, as they say. So I've been watching the press conference, Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, and there was one particular aspect that I picked up on that would help us look into, right, from a body language perspective. It doesn't give us categorically facts, all right, but what it does do is give us little insight into what may be going on inside Conor's head. So remember Mystic Mac, I just predict these things and they come true. So Conor had an emotional baseline behaviour back in the day of predicting things and sticking to his guns, all right? That's the particular thing here that I want to talk about, sticking to his guns. What we had here, previous in the week, Conor's made a statement that he will finish Dustin inside 60 seconds. That's what he said, all right? That he's going to finish Dustin inside 60 seconds. And usually, the old Conor McGregor would stick to that. I predict these things and they come true. What we've got here is he's asked a question just to say, is that a realistic statement? And what we see, what we call a lip purse from a body language perspective. Take a look.
And you went out there and kind of made a pretty bold prediction. You said you think you can get it done in 60 seconds. I know you have a lot of respect for him, but I wonder, that puts a lot of pressure on you, right? You win in the second round, or you edge out a decision, maybe.
Now what that lip purse is that he said something and he wants to change it, or he's wanting to say something but he's too afraid to. There's something going on here, which is why you get the lips closing. Now I don't know what it is. I'm not saying Conor McGregor for 1 second is afraid of Dustin Poirier, all right? Two men, two warriors, absolutely going for it. But your ears do prick up when you think, well, actually, why is that narrative changed? The old Conor McGregor would have went, yeah, absolutely, 60 seconds, I'm coming after you. But then he answered the question where, look, I done it within 90 seconds last time, but then he goes on to give Dustin some affirmation, some praise, some well-deserved praise, in my opinion. But it's just very different. That's the insight that we're seeing here. And that lick of the lips, the actual lip person, where he stops himself from saying something. That could be A, so we don't know, we need to make that clear. A, he said it, but now he's a bit uncomfortable with saying it. Or B, he wants to say something else, but because of the press conferences, he's keeping that with inside there. So how does that affect the performance of Conor McGregor? Is his confidence knocked? Does he see Poirier as a bigger threat than he's letting on? Well, it could be, any number of these. And without being able to ask Conor particular questions, which obviously I can't do, we can't really start digging that little bit deeper. But it could be a maturity thing. Let me know below. What do you think? Is the fact that, for example, the Cerrone fight, and again, I understand we've got COVID and Corona, etc., but the lack of crowds, the lack of press conferences. With the Cerrone build-up, he was very calm. He was very respectful. He was very humble. A bit like whether he wins or loses at the end of the fight, we always see him being a very humble person towards his opponent. Same here, what we've got with Dustin Poirier. Lots of praise, lots of adulation. He really respects the charity work that Dustin Poirier does. But when asked that question about 60 seconds, so I'm focused on performance psychology specifically, you get that there, that little lip purse. That's very much unlike Conor. One of probably Muhammad Ali, Chael's son, and Conor McGregor. One of the best orators that the combat world has ever seen. And yet, there was just something there that when asked about that performance, his commitment, his ability to go in there, all I'm saying is that lip purse tells us that he might not be as quite confident as you would like to convey. That's it. No more than that. We're not saying he's not confident. We're not saying he doesn't think he can beat Dustin Poirier. But that there, he might have been uncomfortable in that situation, having to repeat those words. We don't know. But there was definitely a element, a snippet of doubt. What does that mean for the fight? Well, we just don't know. It could be that his performance, it could be that he really respects Dustin and he's doing it for the cameras. That 60-second quote. And now he feels a little bit embarrassed. But it's going to be one hell of a fight. And I cannot wait to see if Conor McGregor can continue that form that saw him finish Cerrone in devastating fashion. Hope you've enjoyed this. Please, if you like performance psychology, body language, anything to do with the head and heart, take 2 seconds to subscribe below. The guys are usually on the True Geordie Twitch channel doing the live streams, and they'll be no different on Saturday night. So UFC 257, True Geordie, Lawrence and the lads. I'll put the link below. If you want a different view, if you've never been there before, a great crack and probably one of the best commentary teams out there whilst they're watching the fight. But more important than any of this, believe in Bruce. Remember to be kind to yourselves and each other.